Hello Shiny Stackers and a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today I've got the absolute privilege of reviewing an extremely special coin for you all. But before we get into that, I do just want to say a massive thank you to the guys down at Cardiff Gold for loaning me this wonderful coin to review for you all today. I will of course be adding a link to their website in the description of this video, and I highly recommend that you head on over and check out all the beautiful pieces of gold and silver that they have to offer. But without being the case and without any further delay, let's get on with the show. So the first thing we can see is that it is presented in quite a plain but elegant box. We have the title of the series, The Great Engravers, right there, and the signature and name of William Wyan RA in the middle of the box. At the bottom we have the name of the coin, which is the Una and the Lion. On the side of the box we have a few minor details with the coin. We have the Una and the Lion 2019 UK 2-ounce silver proof. And on the other side we have Treasure for Life, which really is an absolute treasure hiding away in this box. On the back of the box we have a few details regarding the engraver, Mr. William Wyan. And as we can see right here, it says William Wyan is one of the finest engravers to have ever worked on British coinage. His Una and the Lion design evokes the romanticism of the Elizabethan age and casts Queen Victoria as a virtuous innocent leading a mighty nation. A triumph of numismatic art, Wyan's celebrated work is the first in a series of classic designs to be remastered by the Royal Mint. If we open up the box, first thing we'll see is that, as per usual with the silver proofs, we are provided a lovely little pamphlet that holds quite a few details regarding the subject matter of the coin. We'll have a quick flick through this. I won't read the pages just to save a little bit of time on the video, but if you are interested and you would like to read it for yourself, please feel free to pause the video and do so in your own leisure. We've got a stunning little picture of the original coin design right there, and as I say, a few details on the left hand side. Right here we have a golden version, which I believe was a 5 sovereign piece, and just looking over to the left hand side of the piece, at the top of the page, I can see that's absolutely correct, as the gold sovereign was the original £1 coin. As we can see, we have some further information right here and a wonderful depiction of the original obverse of the coin, showing a bun-headed effigy of Queen Victoria, which was also designed by William Wyan. Right here we have a portrait of the artist William Wyan himself, and again a few details on the left hand side. That is the little pamphlet that we received with this coin. I do like the pamphlets that the Royal Mint provide with these coins. I think they contain loads of fantastic information and they really are worth having a read. Looking at the coin itself, we can see that it comes in the usual silver-proof style box with the Royal Mint logo and name on the centre. Opening up the box, we can see that we have the certificate of authenticity right there, and if we take that out, we can see that this one is issue number 2092 out of a total mintage of 3002. Taking the coin itself out of the presentation case, we can see the original Una and the Lion design as produced by William Wyan, showing Queen Victoria playing the part of Una with the lion just behind her. At the top of the coin we can see a legend that reads Dirige Deus Gressus Meus, which is Latin and would translate to May the Lord direct my steps. Below Una and the Lion we can see the date of MMXIX, which is Roman numerals and would translate to 2019. Having a look at the other side of the coin, we can see that we have the 5th depiction of Queen Elizabeth as designed by artist Jody Clark, showing Queen Elizabeth facing to the right and wearing the George IV state diadem in her hair. Around her we can see the legend that reads £5 Elizabeth II DG Reg Fid Def. That is of course abbreviated Latin and would translate to by grace of God, Queen and Defender of the Faith. Just below Queen Elizabeth we can see the initials of the artist JC for Jody Clark. The image of Queen Elizabeth is frosted and she is set upon a mirrored background, just like with the reverse where we have Una and the Lion in a frosted finish and a mirrored background. This truly is an absolutely beautiful piece of work. It's an extremely sought after coin with a very high premium. The resale price of these pieces currently is somewhere between £1,000 and £1,500. Moving on to the stats and figures of the coin, this coin is comprised of 0.999 fine silver with a weight of 62.42 grams and a diameter of 40 millimeters. If we have a little look at the rim of the coin, we can see that it has a reeded edge, which would traditionally act as a counter clipping measure, stopping people from being able to clip just a little tiny piece of silver from the edge of each coin, thus amounting a larger pile over time. This is a piece that I would absolutely love to have for my own collection, but with it commanding such a high premium, it is unfortunately at the moment just a little bit out of my price range. But I really do wish I had have picked this coin up when it was first released from the Royal Mint, as it has absolutely soared in value. I do say on the channel very often that silver proofs aren't a great investment, as most of the time they will depreciate in value. This, however, is one of the few exceptions to that rule, and there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, it was produced, as I say, with a very low mintage of only 3,002 pieces produced worldwide. Now, that mintage figure is quite important because it pretty much reaches the sweet spot when it comes to mintage figures. Because there was 3,000 of them produced, there was enough to create quite a bit of hype in the community, but still being low enough for it to be quite difficult to get your hands on. One of the other reasons this coin is so popular is the original design is extremely popular. The £5 gold sovereign is many collectors' favourite coins, and that is completely understandable when we look at the absolutely beautiful design that Mr. William Wine was able to produce for this coin. The level of details on the Lion and Queen Victoria is exquisite. I mean, just look at the face of that lion. It genuinely looks like a real life example of a lion. And you've got to remember, this design was not produced using modern techniques, and William Wine had to produce this engraving by hand. And you can only imagine the amount of time and effort that must have gone in to producing such an incredibly beautiful piece of artwork. It's a very popular series, the Great Engravers series from Royal Mint. And once again, that is understandable because they really have done a fantastic job of picking some of the most beautiful and iconic depictions from British coinage. Even to this day, Una and the Lion is a very popular choice amongst collectors, which is evidenced by the popularity of this bar right here, which is the Una and the Lion portrait bar. As you can see, it's got a very different style of design to the original William Wine piece, whereas we have Una stood behind the lion with orb and sceptre in hand. If we look at the second Una and the Lion bar produced by the Royal Mint, we can see that it is somewhat more reminiscent to the original design, with Una in the foreground of the lion and the lion stood upright behind her. It has the same legend below the design on this coin as on the original coin, being Direge Deus Gressus Meos, but it is still very unique in its own right. However, saying that, I don't think any other Una and the Lion design comes close to the original design produced by William Wine that we can see right here. As I've mentioned, the level of detail is just absolutely phenomenal, and I really like the way that he modelled Una on Queen Victoria. I just think that adds an extra piece of history to the design. It truly has been an absolute privilege for me to be able to put my hands on this coin, as it is one of my favourite modern coins produced by the Royal Mint. Once again, I would like to say a huge thank you for the team down at Cardiff Gold for giving me this opportunity. I generally do not know how to thank you guys enough. But like I said, please do consider heading over to their website, as they really do have many beautiful pieces of gold and silver, ranging from poured bars to premium pieces, just like the Una and the Lion coin right here. But that being the case, that is the Una and the Lion 2019 Great Engravers 2-ounce coin. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and it truly has been interesting for me to have reviewed such a premium piece of silver. Please let me know your thoughts of this coin in the comments of the video, and also let me know, were you lucky enough to secure one of these pieces for your own collection when they were first available, or even if you've been able to pick one up from the secondary market. But that's about all I've got time for today. So I am going to leave you all in the usual fashion by saying, until next time, as usual, look after each other, keep stacking, take care, and goodbye.